Hello guys, so today we will take a look at problems called encode and decode strings. It is a medium lead code problem and we will see how we can solve it, right? So we will first talk about the concept here, okay? So concept is that we will be given an array, for example, something like uh, I love, so let's take example one, right? Neat code love you, right? Neat code love you, right? So here what's gonna happen is that if we encode a string, if we encode this array into a string, when decoded, should be decoded as it is. Meaning, if I encode something like neat code love you, so I should get back something like neat. I will do this array neat code love you, right? So concept here is that we will encode in this manner. So we will talk about encoding algorithm. Okay. So encoding algorithm, what we will do is that we will have something like this, that we will have number of characters in an element, which is n. We will have a delimiter. Let's take hash for example, and we have all those characters. For example, neat. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will become 4 slash neat, right? So something like that. So we have something like 4 slash need fair 4 slash code fair 4 slash love, then 3 slash then 3 slash you. Something like this we will encode, and when we will decode, we will traverse our entire string in such a fashion that first we will read these numbers, that what is how many digit are these numbers, then we will read the delimiter, then we will according to this number we will read these. So this is how we will traverse the array while decoding it, right? So what I have to do is, for example, in encoding, what I will do is I am getting strs, which is array or list, right? So what I will do is, uh, so I will say result this blank array, and for s in strs, we will traverse through this list. So first we will append what is the length, right? So this dot append, uh, this will be string. We will cast it in a string, and we will have length. We will have s, right? Then we will have this dot append. We will have append this delimiter, right? Then we will have this dot append. We will have s, right? In the end, we will return. Is this right or not? Let me check. Yes. Okay, this is right. And we will return this dot join this, right? So this is how we will encode it, right? Now we will see for the decode process. So what's gonna happen in decode is that we have to traverse through entire string at once. So we will be given one string and we have to traverse it, right? So how we are going to traverse this? For example, for I in uh, S, right? Let's call it C, right? Now we have C, which is a character, right? So first thing first is we have to see the length. Now this can be one character and this can be two character. So what we will do is we will see until and unless we don't get C is not equals hash, which is our delimiter, then uh, so we will have character count equals 0, right? And character count plus equals 1. So until and unless we don't get this, right? Uh, while C plus character count is not equals hash, we will keep on appending it, right? Once we have the hash, it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3. We will stop. So now we also need one more thing, which is the result array, right? So what I will do is I will have result array as blank array, right? Okay. Now what we have to do is until and unless C plus character count. Mm, hang on. So we will do something like this. Character count. Okay. S character count should not be equals to hash, right? Then character count plus equals to 1. So if we take, for example, response C in S character count while S, the character count is, so we will take one more thing, right? Count equals 0, right? So we will have always count plus equals 1, right? And while this character count, I will call it count. And if I remove count from here, as count should not equals to I, count plus equals 1, and then count plus equals to 1. Okay, so once we have this, then what I will do is once we get the hash, we have the value of count. For example, we have one or two, something like this. For example, we have here one, then we will get the length of the string, which is equals to uh, s. mm, we will start. Wait. So here is a fundamental problem actually. We have count. So what I will do is I will do I will call it I and I will call it range of length of s, right? So we will have from 0 to n, from 0 to length of this s, right, which is a string. Now, while s of count, which is 0, okay, that element should not be equals to h, which is not. Count plus equals to 1, okay, then we can say that we have I colon count is our length and array result dot append. So we will have delimiter also. So after we adjust for delimiter, which is okay, so count plus equals to 1 and I equals count, right? Yes. I think this will be outside here. I S S. So here we will have from I plus 1 colon I plus count plus 1. What did we delete? Okay. I plus count plus 1. Count plus 1. 1 return yes, which is the response. If I run it, what happens? Okay. So it is wrong. S of count should not be equals to I. Okay. Shit. Yes. So run it again. S of count while S of count should not be equals to hash. So where is it going out of range? We have to check. Count plus equals to 1. Print count. Let's see. 0 to 8, 14, 20, and print len no, print and s. So if I run it, 23, right? I think it's getting problem in the last one. So what are we going to do? And uh, count should be less than len less than equals len of s. So n equals len of s, and I will remove this count. As of count should be less than n. If I run this, as of count should not be equals to I. String index out of range. Okay, so we have a problem with count. Okay, so I'll remove this one now. While as of count sure should not be equals to I. So I think the problem is happening in the last iteration, something around last iteration. So for example, if we have for I in range n, right? So we have 0 to n range until unless there is what like there is a length of array, which is length of s, and then while s count should not be equals to, so while s of count, okay, hmm. So s of count should not be equals to hash. So let's see if I print I, right? Let's see what happens. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And list interest string index out of range. And if I do print count, right? If I run it, 0 to 8, 14, 20. I think on 28th, it's breaking. Okay. 0 to 8, 14, 20th. So if I is count, then if I bring this I plus count, so I can do this, right? So count, I can bring it inside. I will cut it and I will paste it here. Now here we have I plus count, right? Run. List index out of range again. Okay. So what is our print I plus count? Run. So mm, so we have this, we have this, we have this. What if I append this also in the end? In the end also. What happens? Okay. Stop. And if I remove this, okay, in range of n count equals 0, and when n count equals 0, while s of I plus count should not be equals to I. So it is happening in the last one. It is going out of the range in the last, right? Can't we have something like and I plus count should be less than equals to n. If I do this, if I do this, string index out of range. Yeah. I plus count. I plus count. Hmm. Let me check for some time. Alright, guys, so let's do it again. And this time, hopefully, we will be correct. So, what we have to do is essentially is key. Okay, so first thing first, we will calculate length of string, length of a string which is s. Second, we will have I equals to 0. Third, while I should be less than n, right? Then we will have a variable called j equals I. Then we have while j should be less than n and s j should not be equals to hash, right? Then j plus equals 1 Once it is that, then length will be integer of s s I colon j, right? That will be our length, and our I will be j. I will be j. Then respond dot append s I colon I plus length, and I will be length, right? So let's run it. Of course, we want to define response. And once we define the response, okay. Mm, j equals to length, I equals to j plus 1. Let's see. ET4. As I colon j. Let's also see where it is going around, right? 4 ET4. Okay. In second iteration, it's going wrong. Okay. So I will remove this, and length I equals to j plus 1, and this return response. Cool. So if I submit it, awesome. So I think that's it for the video. And unfortunately, it's 30-minute recording. Apologies because I had to debug a lot. But this is the way how you encode and decode the string. Like for encoding, you get the number, length of these, and you have a delimiter. Remember this concept, and you will be able to do it. Thank you.